Hey Cheryl, this is Jeff. Just wanted to give you kind of an update on how to run through YouTube. Thought maybe this would be more helpful so you can actually see what's going on as compared to me just explaining things as I did over the phone. So let's just jump right into it. This is specifically about how to help make things on YouTube a little bit easier, how to actually get the YouTube information on the video. So anyway, jumping in here, I'm going to click on sign in. You have the Google information to get into your mortgage question. Just put that in, you get into the YouTube page. Now this is where it gets a little bit hard to navigate. At least it used to be a little bit easier in the past, but I go over to my channel. That brings me into all the videos that we'll have on the Your Mortgage Question website. And the best way to get into change things is to click on Video Manager. So if you click on Video Manager, you'll see the ones that we've changed so far. This is a good example of what you can always refer back to, but we're going to kind of do some things here on this one right here. So question 3, what credit score do I need to qualify for a home? So I'm going to click on Edit, and these are the changes I'd like you to make. You should have, I'll probably either put these on YouTube, or if I just sent them to you, you can do this. You click on Custom Thumbnail, and this is where I'm going to put a thumbnail piece on here. And I've got it right here. Question 3, credit score do I need? And so I'll name them so that you know where they go. These just make it a little bit easier for them to actually see. And I think this actually has one of the mistakes. If I'm not mistaken, the guild might be a little bit up. So I'll change that and fix that. But that's how you put the thumbnail in here. One of the other keys is the raw file name has the same title, but it only gives us so much, unfortunately. And so what we want to do is go through and get this ready for really well SEO'd, I guess is the best way to put it. So very first, with the title, I'm just going to get rid of the Q3, and I'm going to put the title in here of how I like it. And I think in this video, we're talking about credit score, and specifically what kind of credit score do you need to qualify for a home. Wish we could do a little bit larger, and if you have any suggestions, I always also recommend a subtitle, in essence, where you do a colon or you do a dash over and first time home buyer. I don't know if that's helpful, so that we emphasize that. That also reminds me too that I'm going to put this in the playlist of the first time home buyer. And since we're talking about credit score as well, I'm going to do credit at the same time, so it's going to be added to 2 different playlists. After we get through a bunch of these videos, we need to go back into these playlists and organize them how we want them to play. So that's something we can do at a later time, but anyway, these, just as long as they're kind of categorized in what they need to do there. Make sure it's public, and then we're going to take and do the description. So we're going to highlight everything here, and we're going to repeat our title. So that's another important step to do. Then I'm going to lean upon you to kind of go through this video, which is only just a couple minutes long. Oh, it's just a minute long. And I want you to pretty much rewrite the text there. Depending on how long the video is, go a little bit longer with your description. So if it's 3 seconds, do several paragraphs, as much as you can. Again, I don't want you to spend a tremendous amount of time. I don't want this to be perfect. I just want you to, off the top of your head, if you were to take the content of this video and repeat it to a friend, or kind of just turn it a little bit different, from a different angle, I don't know, using some of these key phrases or other phrases that may relate, put it in here. And also, if we've got other resources that have to do with credit score, maybe there's a credit score bureau we want to link to, and maybe he mentions other places that are out there, link them in here as well, and put some description with it. So this is where I really want you to focus your time. These other things are just kind of quick little things, like throw in the image, throw in the title, but this is where I want you to spend your time. And then also with the tags, I want you to focus on that as well. So for an example, credit score would be 1. Then all I have to do is hit the comma, and I'll go to the next one. And first time home buyer can be another one, and it gives you suggestions as well, like anything that has to go with mortgage. There's some other things that are in there. Anyway, things to think about. And then I can't remember off the top of my head. I'd have to just quickly look there. I don't have it handy, but I believe it's T.S. Stone. Gosh, I can't remember. First, I think that is our key word that's going to connect all of our videos. So on the side, when we're viewing this video, all the stuff that's on the videos that are on the side, we want that to connect to our videos, and so this is the way we'll do it. Put in as many as you can, but again, don't oversaturate to where it's too crazy. Once you've got all that in place, then you're going to click on the Save Changes. Some of the things that would help me if you want to get, this is kind of going into more advanced, this is the more basic stuff, this is what needs to be done sooner rather than later. But more advanced, I need to have just a double check in here, making sure that monetizing, we don't have that turned on, we don't want ads to be on here. Any advanced settings to change the category to education is another thing that would be helpful too. I'm not sure about some of these other things that are in here. We want to allow comments, we want to allow them to rate, we want the standard license, we want, we don't really need to put necessarily the recording date in here, the video location, I don't know if that really makes a big difference. And make video statistics on the watch page publicly visible, sure, yep, that's great. Anyway, that's one section. I'm going to hit save to save all of our changes so far. And then I'm going to go over to one other thing that's helpful as well, and that's in the annotations. So I'm going to show you how to do this. Looks like it's still saving. Interesting. Save faster. Oh, I guess it's done. Anyway, annotations. Yes, we'll go over. If I've lost the changes, then we can go back and make the changes there we need to. So once you get into the annotation section, you get a couple different things. You get the actual page here, or the video that's going on. You also get a timeline of what's happening. So the two ways we're going to do this, I'll show you the first. I'm going to jump towards the end, and if you notice on the end of every video, we've got this ending title that comes into place, and I can't get it to play for me very well. You'll see it slides down here, inviting them to make an appointment with Tom Stone. And this is kind of our call to action. And we need to make this so that the setup an appointment is clickable. So how we do that is we're going to add an annotation, we're going to do a spotlight. These all have different things that we would like them to do. The spotlight is probably the best for this case. We put the spotlight and it gives us this transparent square that's there. And I'm going to just take that, move it, and I'm going to highlight this top box to be around the setup appointment. I'm going to take this smaller box right here, and I'd like to just move it to be up in this corner, about right there. So what's going to happen is if I type in this text, it's going to actually appear, but this will only appear when you take your cursor over this area. We're going to make it so that it's a kind of a hot spot. Once you put here, it says click here, and then we're going to link it. Now there's only certain things that we can link it to right now. I'd love to get it so that we could actually link to the customer's page, my client's page. But for now, the Google profile is great. The Google profile will allow them to contact Tom, and Tom has all kinds of information there. I'm sorry, if my voice is not sounding very good, it's because I got up early this morning to get some stuff done. Anyway, this will link it, and it will open it in a new window. So that's great. We do want to do one other thing on our timeline. We want this to extend all the way out to the end, because this setup appointment kind of stays there for a while to encourage them to click. Also, all the other contact information is right there too, so that they could just jump into they could call Tom if they wanted to. I think this is pretty neat that he's putting his mobile number on there. So anyway, that's a great way to do the annotation. The last thing I want to show you is, let's say that in the middle of this video, he is talking about something, and there's some graphics that come up here, and it references another video. Let's say we've done another video that talks specifically about credit score in one other way. Well, what would be great for us to do is to do some type of a speech bubble, I think may work, where we put another piece up here and we can make it as big as we'd want, and move this to be wherever we'd like. I like the speech bubble. And then in here we can type, see our other video about this, blah, blah, blah. Then we're going to link it. And we link it to a video, and all I have to do is put the URL for the video in here. And that makes this clickable so that we can then inter-reference our videos, which will be very, very important for us. So that's something that I want your help on as well. This is more in the advanced side of things, but if you're feeling like you can quickly catch on to things like this, That's great. I'm just going to, whoops. Looks like I just lost my changes. How wonderful. So this will be a good video for you to try that out. If you can, do the annotation just for the ending part. And the link that we want you to do to send them to is really simple. You go up to a new tab, yourmortgagequestion.com. That's really what I'd like you to put in there. And I think if you just copy and paste that, or you have to put the HTTP in there, that's great. Oh wait, actually no, I'm sorry. I was thinking this is eventually where we'd like to go, is put the link to the actual website, to yourmortgagequestion.com. Right now, unfortunately, Guild is limiting Thompson on what he can do, so Guild Mortgage is saying keep everything right here. And so we're going to be building off of this page a little bit more, but Your Mortgage Question for now just goes to Guild Mortgage at this point right here. You can also watch one of the videos that we did for him. This is a little bit longer one. So right now in the YouTube, when you're doing the annotations, just do the spotlight annotation at the very end and link it to his Google Plus page. Hopefully that wasn't too complicated for you. At this point, that's all you need to do. There's not really anything else. Again, I'll either send you the thumbnails or I'll just throw them in place. But that's the kind of thing that I want to work this out. I want this to be something that's doable for you. Whatever you can take off my shoulders would be great, but I don't want to overburden you. The quicker we can do this, the better. One other thing that would be great to do too is as you write, and I'm sorry I'm kind of jumping around, as you write this text in this box right here, it would also be great if you could share a message about this. I wonder if it will let us. Also share on Google Plus. Darn, it probably won't let us do that right now. In the future, what we may do is go from unlisted to public, and when we do that, we can then post something out there on our Google Plus page. And for now, it won't let us do that, unfortunately. Darn, but that's something we can look at in the future. Anyway, if you have any questions, let me know. There's the best overview I can give you. I'm just going to save some changes here and rock and roll.